Stand by. This is Control.
What's up, everybody? This is Sinner. Today I'm going to be bringing you a topic to the Control Base and continuing on my channel of something that some friends of mine have told me that I should bring over here to the Control Base, but I just, I wasn't really sure if I should or not, if I should keep it to myself. So you know what? I'll bring it over here, and if you guys dig it, then I'll keep it going over here. Otherwise, I'll just kind of keep it to myself over there. But if you go to my channel, you'll see I have a series. It's my military comm series where I talk about my experiences and everything in the military, things that happened with me, some of my feelings and thoughts and whatever. And it's something to, if you want a lot of the backstory on that, go check those out on my channel. Let me know what you think over there and kind of let you know where I come from and what I do and everything and how I came to be in the spot I'm in. Now, I kind of wondered how I was going to even tie this into the Control Base and whatever, because some of the stuff that I could talk about or whatever, it's a little more depressing or somber sometimes, and they're kind of like my personal stories, and I don't know if I'll ever get into those. But I do have some funny things and everything that I'll probably bring into, things like times that I've electrocuted myself, electrocuted my nipple rings, partying in New Orleans, things like that. I mean, things I'll get into, flying F-16s. I mean, that was a pretty amazing thing to do. But this is something that just kind of, I got in the mood to do this because it was recently my anniversary of when I enlisted into the Air Force. So it was quite a while ago. In case a lot of you guys don't know, I'm older than the average person. I won't get into that. And once again, watch my videos if you want to find out how old I am. And Bunny, fuck you, I'm not 60. But anyway, guys, so I figured the easiest way to tie it in would be video games and the military, and how, sometimes they can be kind of important. Because when you're in the military, I mean, one, I'm in the Air Force, so, and not to offend any branch at all, I have tons of respect for any branch. I don't care what job you've done, what branch you served in, whatever, tons of respect. But like the Army and the Marines and stuff is a little more, they've been called bullet sponges or whatever, but a little more of the grunts of the military. I mean, yeah, they play video games and whatever, but they're not as techno geek as, some of the other branches, I guess you might say. Like I work for a squadron in the Air Force. I do electronics maintenance, but I also work with people who maintain the networks and email and things like that, web pages, whatever. So they're definitely into technology and things like that. So of course, tons of them are gamers. I mean, everything from StarCraft to Battlefield to WoW to Call of Duty. I've been trying to introduce Gears to some of them, and the ones I do dig it, but I just don't know if they're going to buy it for themselves. Because they're PC elitists too. I mean, because they're so huge into technology, and like I said, with web pages and whatever else, sometimes they can be PC elitists and they just don't want to buy an Xbox, unless it's for conveniences or whatever. But when you go, video games are a huge thing, I guess. Let me start off right by saying video games can be huge because they're good for morale boosting, and they're good for fun for people in the military. There's even things like, I've seen things on base where there's tournaments. There might be like a Call of Duty tournament or Battlefield 3 tournament, things like that, World of Warcraft tournaments, I mean, whatever. I mean, I've seen all kinds of different things where it's something for people to get together, have fun and whatever, and just hang out for a little while. And plus it can be a little bit of a getaway from, the stress of being in the military, because there's a lot of stress associated with it. I mean, there's tons of stresses and pressures and everything that you normally don't have in everyday life. I mean, sometimes you may be deployed, or sometimes you may be worried about going to be deployed. I mean, it could be all kinds of different things. But also with being deployed, video games can be a huge factor. I'll give you an example of, there was one time, like I said, I do radar maintenance, and it's not all at airports and whatever. Some of them are like early warning detection radar kind of things, where you've got a radar that's way out in the middle of nowhere, like on a mountaintop or just in the middle of the desert, the valley somewhere, and you just want it for early detection to find out if there's any aircraft even coming near places or near your main bases or whatever. So there's usually maintained with a small contingency, a little outpost We had one in a mountain. It was easily defensible, so we didn't need a huge, you know, presence up there. So, but you're isolated. That's the thing. And you don't have a lot of stuff to do. I mean, everything's rationed up there. Everything from entertainment to water. You can't shower every day. Like, you can only shower every week to 2 weeks a lot of times. You can't shave every day. You know, things like that. Yeah, you can brush your teeth and whatever, but... So, you know, one of your best friends when you're deployed in the military is baby wipes. That's how you take a shower a lot of times. You are cleaning yourself with baby wipes, you know, and deodorant is a good friend. Because, man, you can get ripe up there. It gets pretty nasty. I mean, we would do everything to have fun from... We had a driver and a whole bunch of golf balls. You know, we'd have people send us golf balls because we'd ask for it. Because we just sit up there and just drill golf balls down the mountain every once in a while, just because it was fun. You know, it was something. You got to do something to pass the time, and sometimes you got to be creative and think your own shit. But one of the things you can do, because it's an easy thing for the military to do, is have video games. Because you need a TV, you need a console, you need some games. You know, it's cheap, it's inexpensive, it's small, it's portable. So it's a good thing for them to do for morale boosting or whatever. So there were usually a few consoles laying around, you know, some PS2s, PS3s, 360s, things like that. And yeah, you can't do online things, of course, because you have to have dedicated secure networks on base. You know, you can't have Xbox Live pumped in there, because if it was, I mean, if I could deploy and just play Xbox all the time and make all the extra money from doing that, I would. But, you know, you can't. You can't play online. But you can do all kinds of things where you do, you know, local hubs and whatever, local lands, play against people, you know, you do a lot of campaign things, you do a lot of RPGs and things like that. But you have a lot of fun with it, because it's, even if it's only for a little while, it's a getaway. You know, it's feeling like you're not on that mountain that you're on. You're not in the middle of the desert that you're in. You know, things like that. Because you get miserable places. I mean, yeah, you get some amazingly beautiful places you can be in the military, but you can get some miserable places. I remember one time being somewhere, and it was 125, 130 degrees, and it was like 80% humidity. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting. I don't know how people live there. I mean, I know, like, you're just born there and some people can't get out and whatever, but I don't see how society has survived in places like that. I mean, it's just so foreign to me that it's just like, holy crap, I don't believe it. But sometimes you need that getaway. You need to feel like you're not there for a little while. And video games can be a huge part of that. It's just something, you know, a lot of us look forward to. You get off work, you go do that. You know, you send emails to friends. You can have, you know, telephone conversations, whatever, but you can't always do that stuff. So it's nice to be able to just have that little bit of getaway in your little video game fantasy land for a little while. And, you know, you just kind of forget where you are and stuff, and that's what you need. You don't need to always remember where you are. I mean, yeah, you do. You need to be vigilant and everything else and all that stuff, but sometimes you just need to forget where you are and what you're doing and, you know, why you're there, and you just need to be a part of nothing for a little while. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but if you've ever been in any place like that, you'll understand what I'm talking about, what I'm trying to say. But anyway, guys, I'm going to be wrapping this up now. I really hope you guys appreciated me bringing this over here to the channel. I hope you want me to continue it over here. If you want to hear stories about, you know, me flying F-16 fighter jets, or if you want to hear stories about me electrocuting myself, or, you know, whatever else, just let me know in the comments below. You know, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, pass it around. And I hope you guys really want me to continue this, because it's something I think I could have a lot of fun with. Well, if there's ever anything you guys want, you know, questions about the military, maybe I can answer for you. Maybe do a Q&A type thing. You know, that'd be fine too. Maybe we'll work something like that out. But let me know if you guys are interested in that. I appreciate you guys for hanging out. Peace.